What if I told you that the very thing you believe makes you attractive is actually making you weaker? That most men are completely misunderstanding what truly impresses women? There's one harsh, uncomfortable truth that separates the weak from the strong. And the men who master this truth become irresistible, not just to women, but in every area of life. This lesson comes straight from the Stoic philosophers. And today, we're breaking it down. Stay until the end because this could be the most important realization you ever have. Let's begin. What most men get wrong about attraction. For centuries, men have been told that attraction is about looks, status, or wealth. While these things may play a role, they're not the foundation of true, lasting attraction. Ancient Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus understood something deeper, something modern men have forgotten. Women aren't drawn to desperation, they're drawn to self-mastery. Think about it. How many times have you seen a man chase a woman, putting her on a pedestal, thinking that if he just proves himself enough, she'll finally give him a chance? This never works, and here's why. When you seek external validation, you lose power. And when you lose power, you lose respect. A woman doesn't want a man who needs her to feel complete. She wants a man who is already complete within himself. This is where Stoicism comes in. The Stoic key to unshakable attraction. The Stoics taught that the highest form of power is self-control, the ability to remain calm, confident, and unmoved by external forces. When a man has full control over himself, his emotions, his actions, and his mindset, he becomes unstoppable. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Here's the hard truth most men overlook. You don't need validation from women, society, or anyone else. The second you stop chasing approval, you start attracting it. But how do you make this shift in real life? Let's break it down. How to embody this power in real life. 1. Detach from outcomes. One of the biggest mistakes men make is placing too much importance on a woman's response. Whether she likes you or not should be irrelevant to your self-worth. Instead of trying to impress, focus on living a life that fulfills you. If you're confident, if you have purpose, if you're centered, people will naturally be drawn to you. Epictetus said, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." You don't control how someone feels about you, but you do control how you carry yourself. Detaching from outcomes doesn't mean you stop caring about relationships or connections. It means you stop letting external results dictate your self-worth. When you focus on your own growth and happiness, you become magnetic. People are naturally attracted to those who radiate inner peace and confidence. 2. Master emotional control. Many men let their emotions dictate their actions, getting frustrated when they're ignored or acting overly eager when they receive attention. This signals neediness, and neediness is the ultimate attraction killer. A stoic man remains composed, no matter the situation. He doesn't let emotions overpower his logic. When you're in control of yourself, you're in control of the room. Emotional control isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about understanding and managing them. Practice mindfulness and self-awareness. When you feel frustration or anxiety creeping in, pause and ask yourself, is this reaction serving me, or is it holding me back? Over time, this practice will help you respond rather than react. 3. Stop seeking validation. The more you seek validation, the less attractive you become. Women sense when a man needs their approval, and it's an instant turnoff. Instead of craving attention, develop genuine self-confidence. Confidence that comes from discipline, knowledge, and experience, not from external validation. Seneca said, "A wise man is content with himself. Be the man who doesn't need anyone, but is wanted by everyone because of his presence." Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build. Start small, set goals, achieve them, and celebrate your progress. Surround yourself with people who uplift and challenge you. Over time, your confidence will grow organically, and you'll stop relying on others for validation. 4. Focus on purpose over pleasure. A man with a mission is unstoppable. When you devote yourself to something greater than temporary pleasure, you become a force of nature. Women are naturally drawn to men who are driven, not men who make them the center of their universe. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." Stop talking about being great. Start living it. Purpose gives your life direction and meaning. It's not just about career goals. It's about contributing to something larger than yourself. Whether it's building a business, creating art, or helping others, find what ignites your passion and pursue it relentlessly. When you're aligned with your purpose, you radiate a sense of fulfillment that others can't ignore. The unshakable man. Here's the truth most men refuse to accept. You don't attract women by chasing them. You attract them by becoming the kind of man they don't want to lose. A man who controls his emotions. A man who doesn't seek approval. A man who has a purpose greater than himself. When you cultivate these traits, you naturally draw people in, not just women, but opportunity, respect, and success. This is the essence of Stoicism, the key to becoming truly magnetic and unstoppable. Becoming an unshakable man isn't an overnight process. It's a journey of continuous growth and self-improvement. Start by identifying areas where you're seeking external validation or letting emotions control you. Take small, consistent steps to build self-mastery. Over time, these changes will compound, and you'll become the best version of yourself. If this lesson resonated with you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share because your journey to self-mastery is only getting started. Now, go out there and make it happen. What do you believe is the most crucial trait of an unshakable man? Drop a comment below and let's discuss. 5. Cultivate resilience in the face of rejection. Rejection is an inevitable part of life, especially when it comes to relationships. Many men take rejection personally, allowing it to shake their confidence and self-worth. However, a Stoic man understands that rejection is not a reflection of his value, but rather a natural part of the process. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Instead of dwelling on rejection, use it as an opportunity to grow. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Or how can I improve for the future? When you view rejection as feedback rather than failure, you build resilience and become stronger. Resilience is like a muscle. It grows stronger with practice. Start by reframing your mindset around rejection. Instead of seeing it as a dead end, see it as a stepping stone. Over time, you'll develop a thicker skin and a more positive outlook, which will make you even more attractive to others. 6. Practice gratitude and contentment. In a world that constantly tells us we need more money, more status, more validation, it's easy to fall into the trap of dissatisfaction. But the Stoics believe that true happiness comes from within, not from external possessions or achievements. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Practicing gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. This mindset not only brings inner peace, but also makes you more attractive to others. Start a daily gratitude practice. Each morning or evening, Write down 3 things you're grateful for. They can be as simple as a good meal, a meaningful conversation, or a moment of quiet reflection. Over time, this practice will help you cultivate contentment and reduce your dependence on external validation. 7. Develop authenticity and integrity. In a world full of facades and pretenses, authenticity stands out. Many men try to be someone they're not in order to impress others, but this approach is ultimately unsustainable and unattractive. Women, and people in general, are drawn to those who are genuine and true to themselves. Seneca said, "A man who is honest with himself is truly free." When you embrace your true self, flaws and all, you radiate a sense of confidence and integrity that others can't ignore. Authenticity starts with self-awareness. Take time to reflect on your values, passions, and goals. Ask yourself, am I living in alignment with who I truly am? If not, identify the areas where you're compromising your authenticity and take steps to realign. When you live with integrity, you attract people who appreciate you for who you are, not who you pretend to be. 8. Embrace solitude and self-reflection. In today's fast-paced, hyper-connected world, many men fear being alone. They fill their time with distractions, social media, entertainment, or constant socializing to avoid facing themselves. But the Stoics understood the power of solitude and self-reflection. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of spending time alone with your thoughts. He said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Solitude allows you to reconnect with yourself, clarify your values, and gain perspective on your life. Start by setting aside 10 to 15 minutes each day for quiet reflection. Use this time to journal, meditate, or simply sit with your thoughts. Ask yourself questions like, am I living in alignment with my values? Or, what can I do today to become a better version of myself over time? This practice will help you develop a deeper understanding of who you are and what you truly want. When you're comfortable with solitude, you become less dependent on external validation and more grounded in your own sense of self. This inner strength is incredibly attractive to others. 9. Led with generosity and kindness. While self-mastery and confidence are crucial, they're not the only traits that make a man irresistible. The Stoics also emphasize the importance of kindness, generosity, and contributing to the well-being of others. A man who is strong yet compassionate, confident yet humble, is truly magnetic. Seneca wrote, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." True strength isn't about dominating others or proving your worth. It's about lifting others up and making a positive impact. Look for ways to practice kindness and generosity in your daily life. It doesn't have to be grand gestures. Small acts of kindness, like offering a genuine compliment, helping someone in need, or simply listening with empathy, can have a profound impact. When you lead with kindness, you create meaningful connections and inspire others to do the same. Women, and people in general, are drawn to men who are not only strong but also kind-hearted. This balance of strength and compassion is what sets truly unshakable men apart. Final wrap-up. Becoming an unshakable man is about more than just attracting women. It's about living a life of purpose, integrity, and fulfillment. By embracing solitude, practicing kindness, and continuously working on yourself, you'll not only become more attractive, but also a better version of yourself. Remember, the journey to self-mastery is a marathon, not a sprint. Take it one step at a time, and don't be afraid to stumble along the way. Every setback is an opportunity to learn and grow. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And let me know in the comments, What's one small change you'll make today to start your journey toward becoming unshakable?